This is my VW Golf 5. Now the plan is simple. I want to drive from the north of Germany to the northernmost point of continental Europe, the North Cape. But there's a twist. I am only allowed to sleep either in my car or in a tent, and I have to find the most remote locations where cars like this definitely shouldn't go. Welcome to Cars in the Wild. So here we are. You are joining me right now about 2 hours into Denmark. Now I skipped the most part because, well, driving in Denmark is obviously very, very boring because it's just straight. And yeah, welcome to our biggest project yet, or my biggest project yet, Cars in the Wild. Now, if you've seen the intro, you might know that, I'm meeting up now with Max. He is already in Sweden, so I'm meeting up with him in the south of Sweden, and then we will drive now. After we meet, like maybe another 3 hours, because the plan is to drive to the North Cape in just about 3 days, which is insane, but I am absolutely pumped. This car will visit another country, Finland, another new country. And yeah, I am absolutely pumped, absolutely excited. Now, I already talked about what Cars in the Wild is all about. Now, this is kind of a pilot project because, well, I don't know what we have now the next few days in store in front of us, because we want to drive with our cars to the most remote locations in Scandinavia. And we picked Scandinavia strategically at first because, well, we obviously live in the north of Germany, and Scandinavia is very, very big, and there are actually, all in all, very few people live there. That's why we picked Scandinavia for the first season of Cars in the Wild. I will do the setup tour and everything later when we are setting up camp. But yeah, now enjoy with me the drive to Sweden before we then meet up with Max. Alright, you are joining me right now, I think like 45 minutes or maybe an hour later, and I've just crossed the first of 2 bridges in order to get to Sweden. I am now on the SOAuto bridge, which, if you've seen, I've already shot a couple of videos on the SOAuto bridge and also on the Öresund bridge, which we are about to cross like in not even an hour, and then we're there in Sweden. Yeah, yes, I do drive regularly over these 2 bridges, but it's still fascinating. Quite literally every time I drive over these 2 bridges, because they are just insane, and the view is great. But now I am near the toll booth, so I have this transponder right here, so I can drive into the express lane in order to get faster through the toll booth. And you actually get quite a little bit of a discount when you have these express transponders. Oh nice, I was the GT86. Alright, okay. Yep, express lane. 50 kilometers per hour is right here. Now I just need to hold it up against my windscreen, and then it should be all fine. It beeps one time, And now I am through, and yeah, the first bit is done. I think we have now a little bit over 4 hours to go to the meeting point where we'll meet up with Max. And yeah, then we are in Sweden, and then when we are in Sweden, Cars and Wild does really start, and I am very, very pumped. Okay, I've just crossed the Öresund Bridge, which I've also shot a video like, I don't know, like 4 weeks ago. Depends on how I upload these videos, obviously. With a VW T4, and oh, there's a bit of a queue right here, but yeah, it should be fine. Hopefully we are all good with customs and all of that, so theoretically I could just drive through, and then I'm in the country where we will spend the majority of the entirety Cars of the Wild challenge. Perfect. Jetzt ist open. Nice. Thank you very much. Oh, customs. And I'm through. Very good. Very, very nice. Now I have another 3 hours to the meeting point where we'll meet up with Max, and then we have theoretically another 3 hours to the sleeping point where we want to sleep, where we want to set up camp. But I think I will see you next when I will arrive at the meeting point with Max, so we can have a little talk, and so I can show you Max Volvo, which he wants to take to, you know, the first season of Cars in the Wild. I am now only 38 minutes away from the meeting point where we'll meet Max, but I might have a little bit of a problem. Now I don't know if you can see it, but I have a theoretical fuel range of 80 kilometers, and I still have 65 kilometers to go. Now you might think, hey, okay, it's plenty. There's, you know, still 15 kilometers spare, but this car reads, especially in the, you know, last quarter of the tank, really, really unreliable. And yeah, that's why I'm a bit nervous if I can even make it to the meeting point, which would be very, very unfortunate if I don't. So yeah, let's pray. Let's pray. It is raining so hard right now, oh my god. There's actually, I can't see anything. I can't see anything. I'm in the middle of a storm. Holy shit. Oh my god, that's aquaplaning. I can't see. People are already putting the indicators on, the hazards. Oh my god. A little update. I have now 40 kilometers left in the tank, and I need to drive 35 kilometers. So I think I should be fine, but driving in this weather is absolutely insane. This rain, you can't compare this rain to the rain in Germany, because this is way more and way harder than the rain in northern Germany, where I obviously live. Wow. Okay, I think now the worst part over. Alright, I will see you in 20 minutes when I am at the meeting point. I made it now to the meetup point with Max, and he's actually in front of me in his Volvo V70R design. And yeah, it's a really, really nice car with a beautiful Yeah, and it's a beautiful scenic drive right at the basically start or at the north of Jönköping. And yeah, I have 0 kilometers rest of my range. Jo, ist gut. Okay. This was max. We actually have walkie-talkies so we can communicate between our cars. And yeah, I need to find a petrol station in order to fill up. And then I can share a little bit more of our adventure. And then I can present you Max in his Volvo V70 R-Design. We have now a couple of hours later, basically 1 hour later, and we have now 2 hours and 35 minutes to our theoretical sleeping space or sleeping spot where we will set up camp. Max is right behind me in his V70 R-Design. Ich fahre genau 80.
Okay.
This was Max, and yeah, we have now 2 hours 35 minutes left, and driving in Sweden is so beautiful. It's just relaxing, and you know, driving 80 kilometers per hour is, you know, it's nothing for the car, everything is fine. But yeah, we will arrive at our theoretical camping spot at 9 p.m. Yeah, I think I will see you there, if nothing happens on the way. This is a spot where we slept last night, but unfortunately I couldn't film getting here because the original spot we wanted to go was occupied because it was in a military area. And yeah, that's why we are here. This is Max V70. There's my Golf 5. The night was alright, and the goal is today to drive from here in the middle of the forest to just around Dulea, or maybe a little more. We are driving now first to the supermarket because we actually need to buy some snacks and paper towels, etc.
Ich habe in meinen Navi jetzt das Ziel Dulea ohne Mautstraßen eingegeben. Kilometerzahl 1007 Kilometer, 11 Stunden Fahrzeit. Wir können einfach grob nochmal die Navis vergleichen.
Können wir fahren, meinetwegen.
Nicht, dass wieder alles passiert wie gestern, dass wir uns so krass verlieren.
Ja, alles gut, ich bleib erstmal hinter dir.
Ja, alles gut. Wir fahren heute so erstmal so ein bisschen Autobahn und ein bisschen gefestigte Landstraßen. Da ist das ja wieso, da ist das Risiko, sich zu verlieren, ja wieso sehr gering. Und wenn ich jetzt zu schnell fahre, hier sag Bescheid.
Jo, alles gut. Yeah, that was Max. He is, as I already told you, in the V70 R-Design. And now you can see the road that we've driven like basically 11 kilometers through the woods in order to get to the point where we actually slept. Now the night in general was pretty good because, yeah, I mean, it was my first time actually camping in a tent, and yeah, I actually slept pretty well. I woke up the first time at like 4 a.m. but you know, it is what it is because, you know, the forest is still a natural biotope. There are a lot of animals inside the forest, especially in Scandinavia. So yeah, but I thought it was actually really quite cool. It was an alternative, as I already told you, an alternative spot because the original spot we wanted to go to was occupied and it was in a military region. But yeah, I mean, driving through here, it's actually really cool. Really cool. We just bought some groceries from the grocery store. It was a little co-op in this little town near Årebro, and we have now as you can see on the navigation, on the GPS, 989 kilometers to go, 11 hours and 34 minutes. And yeah, I will follow Max this time so we don't get lost, just like last week. Sorry, last night, because I am a terrible navigator, and now I can just follow Max and everything will be fine. Yeah, I will catch you in some time if something happens. We are now on our first stop, about 2 hours in, and well, as you can see, the car is very, very messy, and right there is a lake, and this lake looks absolutely gorgeous. This rest stop is absolutely gorgeous, and we have now another about 10 hours in front of us. Max is currently on the toilet, but just look at this E70. It looks so cool and is already used. The car has now 300,000 kilometers on the clock, but I will tell you more about that video, about the car in another video. Just a quick update, we are currently now 4 hours-ish into the drive on the second day, and yeah, we are nearly half the way there to our destination tonight, which is somewhere, we want to camp somewhere around the area of Luleå in the north of Sweden. And yeah, that was just a very quick update, because we have still 7 hours and 27 minutes to go. We are now north of Trondheim, which means if you watch the Norwegian road trip series, basically the first series I've ever shot with this car on this YouTube channel. I think the start of the Norwegian road trip series was like my 3rd video on this channel, which is crazy to think that I've done now, I don't know, 60 or so. And yes, we are now north of Trondheim, which means every kilometer I drive more north is new to the car, which is really, really cool. And yeah, I mean, the main goal is obviously the northernmost point of continental Europe, which is the North Cape. And I think I'll see you in a couple of hours, because yes, we still have 6 hours and 7 minutes to go to the rough area where we want to sleep tonight. Okay, we just had a little bit of a stop, because we were both hungry, and that's why we ate some burgers at a Swedish fast food chain called Max. And yeah, we have now at the stop we actually searched for our real or our final sleeping spot for the night. We found it, and it is now 5 hours and 46 minutes away. It is the it's the rough area of Luleå. It's a little bit north of Luleå, so that's why we need to be there. That's why we need to drive there a little bit longer. However, we have from this spot tomorrow, when we will arrive at the North Cape in the next video, we have only 8 hours of driving to do, which is really, really cool. And yeah, 5 hours 46 minutes to go. And yeah, I will update you if something happens. Now a really quick update. We are somewhere at a random supermarket car park in the north of Sweden, and this is a very, very cool car. I think it's a Lincoln. We are currently on the highway E4. The E4 is the highway that obviously goes from the south to the north of Sweden, and we've just crossed one of the most picturesque bridges I have ever seen, honestly. And yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, just driving on the E4, even though there's now a bit of traffic, is just absolutely insane, and it is very relaxing. We have now 5 hours and 28 minutes left, so it's a little bit later from the last update, but just driving here is immense. It's so nice with the stones, or the rock formations on the right and on the left of the road. And yeah, oh, now it starts to drizzle a little bit. Nice. Let's hope it is not like the thunderstorm I went through on the way to Sweden. But yeah, wow. I mean, it's just scenic. It's just absolutely insane. Max, ich habe dieses Auto seit über 40.000 Kilometern, ne? Und ich habe nach 40.000 Kilometern eine neue Taste entdeckt, die ich vorher noch nicht kannte.
Welche Taste denn?
Um den Trip zurückzusetzen im Menü selber. Das kann ich noch gar nicht. Das ist... Oh mein Gott. Witzig. Der ist am hier Hebel für die Scheibenwischer.
Ach, das ist ja lustig. Ja, so ist das, ne?
Ja, man lernt nie aus, ne?
Ja, wäre auch langweilig, wenn schon, ne?
Das stimmt. Was eine geile Konversation hier gerade. As you might have heard from the conversation we just had, obviously in German, but I will put English subtitles under it. Yeah, we have now 1 hour and 16 minutes left, and yeah, we are both feeling very, very well. I mean, we obviously need rest because we are driving tomorrow in the next episode for you guys, but tomorrow for us. Yeah, another 11 hours to the northernmost point of continental Europe, the North Cape. Another quick update, like maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes later, we've just crossed 2,000 kilometers in this trip with this car. Well, what does it mean? 2,000 kilometers is basically a third of the trip in total. So yeah, you know, the trip is roughly around 6,000 kilometers, and we are now on 2,000, and we still have 188 to go to our spot. And yeah, we've actually changed now our spot because, well, we are both feeling very, very well, as you could have, you know, as you might have seen from our conversation via the walkie-talkies. That's why we are driving like 50 kilometers more. It is like 45 minutes more. And yeah, a quick update before we actually enter the place where we want to sleep. Well, we are only 12 minutes away, and our estimated arrival time, our ETA, is 10 past 1 a.m. And just look, I mean, it doesn't get more darker than this. In fact, it is getting lighter and lighter every minute we drive now further north, because, well, we are this far north in Scandinavia, or specifically in Sweden. But yeah, that's what I just wanted to say, because I'm just speechless. I am absolutely speechless, honestly. I mean, we've passed like the darkest point in this night, like, I don't know, 20 minutes ago, and it's getting lighter and lighter by the minute or by the kilometer, which is just, I mean, it's just crazy. It is absolutely crazy. We are now only 3 minutes away from the spot where we will sleep tonight. Now I'm not gonna lie, I am starting to feel a little bit tired, especially because we started today at 9 AM and it is now 1 AM. So some crazy 16 hours. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, I think it does make more sense that I will show you the spot in the daylight. So I'm doing now basically the outro. We are turning now left. We are not driving on the E14 anymore. And yeah, well, where can we drive? Turn left?
Lass mal kurz für den Parkplatz rechts anhalten.
That was a bit of a fail. Okay.
Da ist auch Navi das Ziel drin, ne?
Ja.
Ist auch gerade keine Abfahrt gesehen, oder?
Nein, habe ich nicht.